All right, what's up, everybody? Matt Moda here with OddsJam, here to give you some early bets to lock in for the Week 12 NFL betting slate. So I know that there are 3 games on Thursday, Thanksgiving, this week. If you want a betting preview and some best bets for the Thanksgiving games, there's actually 2 videos out on the OddsJam YouTube channel for Thanksgiving. Check those out. This video is specifically going to be going over games on Sunday, on NFL Sunday. So not Thursday, so make sure to check those out. This is specifically for Sunday, but I do love getting in on early lines. Now, you're not going to win every bet, obviously. You'll never win every bet. Even if you are the best sports bettor in the world, you will not win every bet. But if you're getting in on lines early, you'll win enough to be profitable. So I do this every week, hop in on early betting lines. It's been profitable as the season has gone on. I'm assuming it's going to continue to be profitable, so we can get into it. My favorite play for this betting slate for this video is the Tennessee Titans money line plus 108 at FanDuel Sportsbook. So the no vig odds price this at about plus 107, plus 107 and a half if you want to round up. FanDuel is offering it at plus 108. So let's dive into this one. These no vig odds that you see here, the most important concept to understand. Now, every bet that shows up on the Positive EV page is going to be mathematically profitable, but it's important to understand why and what makes it such a powerful tool. And the way it works is these no vig odds are pulled from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world, the best sportsbooks, the most accurate sportsbooks at pricing odds. OddsJam back-tested thousands and thousands of betting opportunities to come to the conclusion of what sportsbooks are the best. So these no vig odds are pulled from the smartest sportsbooks in the world. So you can view these odds as the true line of what a market should truly be priced at. The OddsJam perfect line, the sharpest line in the world. So what OddsJam does is it pulls these odds and then it provides betting opportunities in which you're getting better odds than the no vig line. So basically, hey, these sportsbooks think this should be priced one way. We are getting more favorable odds on another book. Guess what? That is a profitable betting opportunity. So for this one specifically, the no vig odds prices at plus 101. One thing that I do want to highlight is, so this one has a smaller edge, right? An edge of 0.24%. But for mainline markets, money line, point spread, totals, you're going to find smaller edges because of how heavily these markets are bet. So the smaller edges you find are actually more valuable. So just because this one has an edge of 0.24%, recommended bet size of $5, I still think this is a really good bet. So I'm certainly not avoiding it. And I kind of want people to understand that you shouldn't avoid bets that have lower percents. You should still look into them and do the research. And one of the research categories that I do is clicking open the markets, or clicking into a play, I should say, and it pulls up where every sportsbook prices a market at. So plus 108 on FanDuel looks like circa prices it at plus 104. Most books have it for pretty much even money, plus 100 across the board with Pinnacle, the OddsJam line pricing it at plus 101, Bookmaker and BetOnline pricing it at plus 100. Those are the 3 of the sharpest sports books in the world. So in terms of using sharp books to set lines, these are 3 of the books that we use: BetOnline, Bookmaker, and Pinnacle. So the fact that they all have it roughly at plus 100 is a good sign. With FanDuel having it at plus 108, that's a pretty decent outlier for a money line play. Now, DraftKings has it at minus 105. BetRivers has it at minus 104. Another good sign. So this play, I'm going to put, this is worth a full unit for me. I think this is worth a $100 play. For me, that is 1 unit. Obviously, for those of you at home, you should have your own unit sizing. And I know I mention units a lot in videos. So if you're unfamiliar, 1 unit equals 1% of your bankroll. So for me, I have a $10,000 bankroll, so 1 unit equals $100. For those of you at home, this number will be different, but this is going to be a 1 unit play, Tennessee Titans money line plus 108 at FanDuel. So let me give this bad boy a refresh. The next play that I wanted to lock in here, a little bit safer, obviously, is the Baltimore Ravens money line at minus 180. Now this one is obviously pretty heavily juiced at minus 180, but it's still a really good price. No vig odds price it above this amount, above minus 180. And look at where all the other sportsbooks price it. So Pinnacle is actually the closest at minus 187. Every other sportsbook has it in the minus 200s. Bookmaker and BetOnline minus 200, minus 205. Caesars, minus 210. Bet Rivers, minus 215. Fox Bet, minus 212. Bet MGM, minus 210. Every book has it in the minus 200 range, except for Pinnacle. So the fact that PointsBet is an outlier to literally every sports book, including Pinnacle, even though Pinnacle is a little bit closer at minus 187, shows me that this is a really good play. So that's 2 money line plays for you guys. The Jaguars, they had a bye week last week. Kind of the season from, I mean, every season sucks for the Jaguars, but they started off with such hope at 2-1, and have just been terrible recently. The Ravens, despite not always looking pretty, just keep on winning, and they're another week healthier with Mark Andrews back last week. Maybe they'll get Gus Edwards back this week. But even though we're getting this at minus 180, I still think that this is a really good play. I would put a unit on this one as well. PointsBet, I actually don't need to manually add to my bet tracker because PointsBet automatically gets tracked. Like, as you can see, if you click a sports book, it automatically gets tracked. PointsBet is one of them. It's just because it says PointsBet Colorado. But if I place a bet on PointsBet, so you see right here, you already linked your PointsBet account. So this is the second one, the Baltimore Ravens money line. Again, let me give this a refresh. You always want to make sure that you are working with the most up-to-date odds. And the last play that I'm going to lock in for this betting slate is the Miami Dolphins minus 11.5. I mean, come on, the Texans, they're the worst team in football. The Dolphins, coming off of a bye week, have one of the most explosive offenses, if not the most explosive offense in the NFL. I'll admit I have to take an L on the Dolphins. They were a team that I was actually fading heading into the year, so I have to take an L on them. Tua is significantly better than I was expecting. Hill and Waddle are just incredible. 2 good running backs with Mostert and Jeff Wilson. Good tight end and Mike Gesicki, just a really, really good team. And the Texans stink. So the no vig odds price this at about minus 102 if we want to round up from minus 101.95, basically saying this is a favored outcome. Not by a lot, but this is a favored outcome. The odds that we are getting it is plus 100 at Tipico, which tell us that you only need to win 50% of the time in order to break even. Any amount in which you win above 50%, you'll be profitable. Well, the no-vig odds give this a win percentage of 50.48. So this is a profitable bet. Another reason why I like it, so we're getting this at plus 100. Where all the other books price it, they either have it as a 50-50 bet, right? Minus 115 each way for PointsBet. Minus 110 each way for FanDuel. Minus 110 each way for Fox Bet. But look at how other sports books price this. Pinnacle, minus 110. The Texans side at minus 103. They're favoring the Dolphins at this number, at minus 110. They think that the Dolphins are more likely to cover 11.5, so they're making it more expensive to buy. Bet365, same thing, minus 120. The other side of it at plus 100, favoring the over, or the Dolphins side. Same thing with Bet Rivers, minus 113. The Texans side of it at minus 108, favoring the Dolphins. They think it's more likely, so they're charging more. The fact that Pinnacle has it is obviously the best sign here, Pinnacle being the sharpest sports book in the world. And one thing that you can do with spreads and totals is if you open the event page in a new tab, it pulls up the main lines for every sports book that prices this. So we got plus 11.5, or excuse me, minus 11.5 at plus 100. Look where all the other sports books price it. 12, which is the majority, like BetMGM, Betfred, PointsBet, Caesars, DraftKings, WinBet. Looks like Bet Rivers kind of has it at 11.5 or 12. Bet365, and then and then Pinnacle price this at minus 12, a half point better. And then when we got it at plus money. And then we see the two sharp sports books, BetOnline and Bookmaker, prices at 12.5, a full point higher. Then we see Circa price it at 13, a full point and a half higher than what we got it at. And these numbers, even though you're only beating it by half a point, 1 point, point and a half, is incredibly beneficial and important to being profitable in the long run. These lines are so accurately priced by the sports books, you'd be amazed by how good a job they do. So the most likely scenario here is that the Dolphins probably win by 12. That seems to be the most likely scenario. Guess what? If the Dolphins win by exactly 12, we win our bet. Every other book, if you bet it, you either lose that bet or it pushes. So this minus 12 would have pushed. You would have gotten a refund, which is fine. You wouldn't have won, and you certainly wouldn't have won at plus 100 odds. So that's a really good price. And then the 12.5 and 13, you would have lost. So all in all, this Dolphins minus 12, or minus 11.5, excuse me, plus 100 at Tipico is an awesome play. I'm going to put 3/4 of a unit on this one, which is $75. So 2 1-unit plays, 1 3/4 unit play, and that is all I got for you guys. So I appreciate you all watching. Comment on the video if you are tailing. Other than that, please remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps me out a ton. But that's it. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.